Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the specific area of ABFM. How are we, everyone? I hope you're doing all fine. Let's begin with the session, everyone. Today we are talking about decision making. What do you mean by the term decision making? Decision making means when you are taking a decision regarding our course. What do we talk about the course? What happens in that specific course? What are the things that we have to take up while deciding that part? In this case, the course of action is regarding capital budgeting. The entire module B is ruled by capital budgeting, be it national, be it international, all those levels all together. ठीक है ना? चलिए, let's begin with it. Here comes the first question. What is the main criterion for the cost to be considered relevant in decision making? When you're trying to take a decision, there are two, three things that are very, very important. Cost, number two, volume, and number three, profit. These entire three terms are super duper important for any organization, whether the cost is correct, whether the volume is correct, or whether the profit. What any of these things, if any of these things is absolutely fine, is going as per the requirement, then this is what we want. है ना? Aren't these things basics? We need to see the one which has maximum profit. We need to see the one which has maximum volume, maximum profit, as well as minimum cost. Cost is one thing that just is required to be minimized. है ना? Actually, when you're trying to do this, it must be a future cost that will be affected by the decision. It must be a past cost that has been already incurred. It must be a cost that is unavoidable, or it must be fixed cost. Everyone? Everyone? What's gonna be the answer? When we talk about cost, volume, and profit, the answer is it must be a future cost that will be affected by the decision. Next point, which of the following is an example of a sunk cost? But then, what happens to something? Okay, Titanic sunk. Titanic sunk in the past, right? If I go through the tenses, it's past. What do we do about this area? Which of the following is an example of sunk cost? Sunk cost means any specific cost which has been incurred in the past, and probably it's not very, very important for us right now to be considered. It is very important. Obviously, there are certain things which are based upon this only, right? Cost of petrol for the journey, cost of road tax, cost of raw material, cost of labor for a new product. Hanchi? What's gonna be the answer? Cost of petrol? No. Cost of petrol cannot be the one. This is actually a very important cost to be considered. Then the correct answer is cost of road tax for the car. This road tax for the car, isn't it already paid? Every year when we buy our, the moment we buy our car, we pay the road tax for it. And this tax is actually deducted every year. When it is already paid, then do we really need to worry about this? है ना? अच्छा, why are irrelevant costs excluded from decision making? They are always negligible. Nothing is negligible, but is it really important or not? Is it really significant or not? That's the point. They complicate the decision making process. There are variable costs or there are fixed costs. Everyone? Everyone? When we talk about irrelevant costs, that is a cost which should not be affecting our decision making. That's why they're called irrelevant. They become irrelevant in a decision making when nothing else happens. Chaliye, next point. Everyone subscribe to our channel right away if you haven't done it yet. Go ahead. Our CAIIB revision batch is starting from today. Okay, my class is just about to start from 7:30 a.m. today. Please be there in those specific sessions. Make sure that you are attending these sessions. Today is gonna be a demo session, so please be there in that demo session. I'll be waiting for you on YouTube there. For everybody else who's a part of Mahapack, I'll be meeting you in the class itself. Today I'm starting the revision class with module A. Done? Chaliye. Concept of the daytime, everyone. Relevant costing. What do you mean by the term relevant costing, everyone? Relevant costing means the cost which is actually important or relevant to us. Isn't it? Everyone, let's look at this. When we talk about relevant cost and irrelevant cost, relevant means any expense which helps us to find out the value for the decision making process, है ना? Can be added expenses, remove expenses depending on the scenario. Everyone, you asked me कि निहारिका ma'am, we should start this business or not? मैं कहा this cost is going to be incurred on a daily basis. ठीक है? What are you going to do about it? What do you mean by irrelevant costing, everyone? Irrelevant cost means the cost which has been incurred before taking this decision. Everyone, shall I make 10,000 units more? Currently, I have a particular factory of my own. The factory is owned by me. So, the buying cost of that factory, isn't it irrelevant? It's sunk cost. It has already been incurred. Now you make 10,000 units, 20,000 or zero. It doesn't really matter. Isn't it? So that means anything, any expense which already exists regardless of the decision making process, it will not change the decision. Any increase in the labor, any increase in the labor expenses or any other expenses can affect us. But what will not affect us is the irrelevant cost. Relevant costing will have a very impactful situation for us. Now let's talk about sunk cost, everyone. This specific cost is the one which has already been incurred. If it has already been incurred, it is something in the past, it cannot be recovered. This is not relevant for the new projects because this thing is something that we already possess. There can be fixed and variable cost. Fixed cost means the part which is always fixed. If I have to pay 10k, I'm paying 10k. And variable means it varies with first part is fixed and second part is variable. Variable means which varies with the output, right? It varies with the output. If the output goes up, it goes up. If the output goes down, it goes down. Variable cost is basically varied by the performance of the organization. If they want to increase their output, if they want to increase their input, that's what's gonna happen. Done? Chaliye. Now, when we talk about this specific area altogether, accounting treatment, this is already done, this is in past. So we don't have to do it again. So technically, this is not even a part of current books of accounts. It is something which exists in the balance sheet as an asset. Example of the sunk cost: marketing study, research and development, hiring bonus, training. All these things play an important role. Periodic review, recognizing sunk cost, constantly keeping in mind the target you have, because relevant part is decision making process, and considering other available. Okay, everyone, this is the concept of the day. I hope we are all done with it, everyone. But before I move on, let's open up our website, that is Adda 24/7. This is the place if you're thinking to enroll yourself in our case study batch or revision batch. Then open up the CAIIB May 2020, sorry, CAIIB May 2024, sorry, June 2024. Rest our examination is going to start in July. So then, in this case, look at this CAIIB July 2024, our case study batch. It is starting from today itself. My classes are starting from today. The batch has started from 8th of June. Now just go ahead and use the code Y541 and apply it. You'll get for 80% discount for 3357, a very 3359, not 3360 overall. And if you use this code, you can get for 515,999, 15,999 minus 80% if you download the app right away. This will cost you 3,200 instead of 30 for 350. So you can get a discount of another 150 rupees if you download the app right away and then use the code Y541 and then buy this particular case study come Mahapacks revision batch. Today I'm going to start with the case study batch. So please be there in this particular session and don't forget to keep on learning. Thank you so